Well, today we are talking about creating the life you truly deserve. In other words, enjoying life and making sure that you're getting there, I guess, in a way where you're not just sort of under the radar, right?
That's right, yeah.
Dr. Ganz Ferrance is joining us now to talk about this. And you know, happiness is something that I think everybody aspires to, but a lot of people maybe just don't quite get there.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. I think we don't always understand exactly how we work, how we function, and what kind of ingredients go into that, achieving that happiness that we want. If you think of an iceberg, for example, people have probably seen that picture where you see the iceberg and then you look under the surface, there's like this massive block of ice. Well, if you think about our mind, that's kind of how we're set up. The tip of the iceberg is really our conscious mind. It's like, you know, what we use to think and what we're aware of. The unconscious is that big blob of ice underneath. So there are some things that are going on there that we're not aware of, but that's really what's running the show a lot of times.
Yeah, you talk about just getting by. A lot of people just kind of sort of cruise through life and just get by. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, their mindset, and I talked about this last time I was on, is their mindset is, you know, I want to survive. I want to just get through. I want to pay the bills. I want to, you know what I mean? And it's really just a subsistence level of functioning, which that's not really what we're built for. We're built for expansion and growth and enhancement and blossoming, all those other nice words that you think of. But because we have been trained to kind of just, okay, well, if you're doing okay, that's good enough. You know, you look around and what's normal, and normal is a statistical term that means whatever is sort of popular. So if everybody else is getting by, or, you know, if people are running down and feeling sick or whatever, and we look around, well, I'm just normal. I guess I'm okay. Whereas I really think that we were built to expand and to constantly expand and constantly grow.
Do you think there's certain types of personalities who sort of fall into this category? You know, you see a lot of people who are outgoing, who challenge themselves, who are always doing new things. And then there's some people who, like you say, just kind of live their life.
Well, yeah, I think there are personalities that do that, but I think there are certain things that you can do for yourself that will help you have that kind of outgoing, expanding personality. And one of those things is watch what you speak, right? So the words you use, we think in terms of words and pictures. So the words we use are extremely powerful, not just the words we use to, you know, other people, but also the words we use to ourselves. You know, everybody's got that little voice that kind of talks to them or whatever. I mean, or we hear ourselves think in terms of words. So when we use stronger words, we get stronger results. So you can actually change that part of your personality to actually have yourself be blossoming and growing and that sort of thing.
So if you're saying words like I can't or I won't or those negative, you're going to associate that with your personality.
Absolutely. Well, it's going to become true for you. You're actually creating the reality as you go. There was, I've taken karate for a number of years, and I was talking to my sensei, and he said, okay, well, Ganz, I want you to put your arm on my shoulder, put your hand on my shoulder, and I'm gonna bend your arm, but I want you to resist me. And of course, in my mind, I'm saying, oh yeah, there's no way, I can't do this, I can't, there's no way, right? So he does it, and of course, my arm goes down right away. Then he says, well, you know what, think of your arm like a fire hose, and it's closed at the end, but you just see the water ready to shoot out. So I'm thinking, I'm visualizing this, I look over, and he's hanging on my arm. Just because my mindset was different, I was speaking different words to myself, my actual physiology changed, and I was able to support him on my arm. So it really does make a difference.
Is this something that we can kind of incorporate into our parenting as well, to start giving our kids that sort of upper edge on people as they're growing up?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. If we teach them to watch what they say. I mean, I know people who refuse to let their kids say words like, you know, don't ever use the word can't. Don't ever use the words like I can't afford it or I'm poor or any of these things, because that does change your mindset. A book I was reading by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he said his rich dad always told him to think, how can I afford it versus I can't afford it, because just that simple change in phraseology opens your mind up to all sorts of different possibilities, whereas I can't afford it, okay, it's done, we'll just go pack up and go home now.
Fascinating stuff. You've got a workshop that's going to discuss all of this, and it is taking place on May the 26th at the Sutton Place Hotel. For more details, all you have to do is contact Dr. Ferrance at 428-LIFE or visit the website apsilife.com. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.